Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Max Velocity weather forecast. And in today's forecast, we'll be breaking down another huge storm that's coming to the United States by the tail end of this week. And this will bring a ton of problems, including more significant severe weather across the southern plains and the southeast. In addition to this, another large winter storm is coming to the Midwest and perhaps even the Ohio Valley. In addition to this, we will have a chance for an Arctic blast as we go into early next week. I'll be giving you the latest breakdown on everything that you need to know in this forecast. And let's first begin with what's happening across the United States right now. And we'll begin with the large storm that is actually right now occurring in the United States, but it's about to move out of the United States here tonight. We do have a low pressure system centered over Illinois and Indiana. There is still snow falling with this across parts of Iowa back through Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Upwards of an inch of snowfall per hour still falling, so definitely some beneficial snowfall there. And then further off to the east, we have a huge area of red here, and on the infrared imagery this means very cold cloud tops aloft, which means the cloud tops are getting pretty high up into the atmosphere. But the area that's most noticeable and is actually down in the southeast, where there is still actively tornado warnings ongoing and severe storms, and these will continue to push off the coast as we go into tonight, so the severe threat will start to diminish as we get closer to about 9 o'clock tonight Eastern time. But we've seen multiple tornadoes already today. We've seen multiple storms produce damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour, but luckily behind this, cooler weather and as well as much drier weather will be ushering in on the backside of that low pressure system. So some good news there if you're looking forward to some quieter weather, but don't get too ahead of yourself, because the colder and drier weather will only last a few days, because it's going to get very active again as we get closer to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. So it's going to be a quick little turnaround as we get closer to the next storm. Now, in terms of the watches and warnings across the United States, we do have winter storm warnings in effect across parts of the Midwest. Winter weather advisory still in effect across Missouri, back into Illinois and Michigan. Overall, most of these watches and warnings will be getting taken down, basically being canceled or expiring over the next few hours as that winter weather event starts to move further up to the north and east. We do still have some snow remaining, and this will lead to a few more inches of snow before the night is over. Notice right now we do still have some light to moderate snow across parts of Illinois. Heavier snowfall is starting to ramp up in parts of northern and central Michigan. As we go closer about 9 o'clock tonight, most of the snow is going to become very light. If not, it's going to actually be flurries, so not really much more accumulation is expected in the Midwest as we go after 9 o'clock tonight. But overnight tonight, moderate snow will continue across much of Michigan, and once we get closer to about 2 to 3 in the morning tomorrow, a lot of the snow starts to move off to the north and east, and by sunrise almost all the snow will be gone, and that will lead to some breaks in the clouds, maybe allowing for a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, but I wouldn't expect too much up there, with a lot of cloud cover still remaining. For additional snowfall accumulation tonight, we'll be looking at, for the most part, 1 to 3 inches of snow additionally across the Midwest, again eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, southern parts of Wisconsin, maybe 3 to 6 inches of snow if you're back over in northern and western parts of Michigan. Now let's talk more about the upcoming huge storm. Another one's coming to the United States, and this one could actually be classified as a bomb cyclone. Now, what a bomb cyclone exactly entails is that we're basically going to be looking at a low pressure system dropping by 24 millibars of pressure over the time frame of 24 hours. So once we go into Thursday, we're going to be watching a little disturbance start to develop back down in the southern plains. This is the European model at 6 p.m. on Thursday evening. Notice 996 millibars here over Texas. Not really any precipitation quite yet, but notice this as we go into Friday morning. We're going to have a low pressure system starting to ramp up with showers and storms. We'll have snow on the north and west side of this low pressure system, including Oklahoma, back into the Midwest. And what we're going to be watching for is this low pressure system over 24 hours has the chance to go from about 996 millibars down to 968. That would be over 24 millibar pressure drop over 24 hours, which would be technically classified as a very rare, by the way, bomb cyclone over land. So what we'll be looking at here Friday afternoon is a low pressure system to intensify over Missouri and as well as Illinois. Severe weather will be possible across the southeast as we go into Friday afternoon. Be mindful of that. Multiple tornadoes again will be a possibility on Friday. The low-level jet will be actually quite strong on Friday, so I'm a little bit concerned there for a more tornadic activity down there. Then we'll be watching for heavy snowfall on the north and west side of this. So again, notice all that snow across the Midwest and back through Missouri. Those areas will have a shot of snow. Notice this as we go into late Friday, so we'll be watching for heavy snowfall across the Midwest. Notice that pressure drop, 972 millibars, and it could get down to 968 as we go closer to midnight on Saturday. So Friday night into Saturday morning. And again, notice some snowfall across the Midwest. Very similar area that just saw snowfall today. We'll have another shot of snow as we go into Friday into Saturday morning. We might even see a little bit of snowfall in the Ohio Valley. Don't rule it out, but I wouldn't anticipate much much accumulation there. And then once we go throughout the day, Saturday into Sunday, that system moves off to the north and east. And then once we go into early next week, we'll have an Arctic blast dive all the way down into the southern plains. We might get a winter weather event in the southern plains and back through Arkansas, maybe some freezing rain. This could technically be one of our first ice storms of the season. That is a possibility, but we are still multiple days out. I can't stress that enough. We're multiple days out. Things could easily change on this. It's been very inconsistent on the models, but it is a possibility once we get closer to Sunday and Monday of this upcoming weekend into early next week. By the way, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel down below so you are staying up to date with the latest in all the weather. I'll have daily videos every single day, and I might be going live, by the way, Thursday evening for a full breakdown on this. So make sure you have that bell icon clicked so you're notified if and when I do go live. Now, I do want to talk a bit more about the snowfall potential out of this. This is the European model, giving you an idea of the possibility of seeing greater than 4 inches of snowfall going into Friday and Saturday. Right now, a lot of the Midwest, including Northeast Illinois, Southeast Wisconsin, back into Michigan, has about a 90 to 98% chance of seeing greater than 4 inches of snowfall, according to the European ensembles. Even outside of that, the chances around 50 to 60% back over in eastern Iowa. So again, the probabilities are definitely there here for the potential for a pretty large and sizable winter storm. Now, if you're wondering how much snow this system could actually drop, this is the European model estimating how much snow could drop as we go into Friday night into Saturday. We actually could see upwards of a foot of snow in a pretty large area out of this particular storm. But again, it's a big question mark still of where exactly will this snowfall fall, and will we be seeing heavy snow across this entire area? Because right now the European model thinks we'll be looking at moderate to heavy snowfall across much of the Midwest. There's a good chance though that we'll at least see 4 to 8 inches of snow. Some areas easily could get 8 to 12 inches of snow as long as the track of this storm verifies. But again, there's still some uncertainty. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll have another video for you tomorrow with the latest details on the snowfall accumulation. Now let's talk more about the Arctic blast and the severe weather potential. We'll begin first with the severe weather threat. This is as we go into tossing trampolines on tall trees Thursday. There is a slight risk of severe weather across eastern Texas, back through Louisiana and western Mississippi. Main concern will be damaging winds with maybe a couple of tornadoes. But honestly, Friday looks to be a lot more concerning. Stronger low-level jet, more ingredients in place, slight risk of severe weather from Virginia back into eastern Louisiana. Main concern right now is damaging winds with a few tornadoes being likely. I would not rule out more strong tornadoes as well as we go into Friday, so be mindful of that. Flying fences Friday will definitely be active. This is the low-level jet, by the way. Gives you an idea of, again, the low-level rotation that we'll be looking at as we go into Friday. This is right around lunchtime on Friday. We could have a really strong low-level jet in the southeast, possibly around 70 to 80 knots across parts of Alabama and Georgia, and this could easily turn up to be another severe weather outbreak. So again, be monitoring the weather very closely over the next few days. I can't stress it enough. Have a weather radio on hand, multiple ways to receive alerts, and be mindful of Friday, because that will definitely be a pretty active day. The last thing I want to talk about is the polar vortex. It's about to basically erupt here in the United States. We're going to see an Arctic blast as we go into this weekend. Notice that colder air is all going to start ushering down out of Canada, and this is going to lead to a very frigid beginning of next week. Right now, the wind chills in the United States that are being forecasted by the European model Monday morning, a widespread area in the negative 30s to 40s in the northern plains. The Midwest could drop 30 below zero. We also could see areas in the southern plains get in on the fun as we go into Tuesday morning. Notice this, the wind chills could actually go down as much as 30 to 40 degrees below zero in the central plains, and even down in the southern plains we could get downright frigid. Areas in North Texas could drop to 5 to 15 degrees below zero as we go into Tuesday morning for wind chills, and even down near the Houston area we also could have wind chills down there near 10 degrees as you wake up Tuesday morning. You'll need some jackets on hand. Toilet paper warning might have to be issued here across parts of the southern plains. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the button down below and subscribe if you've not already.